Radio Raheem here with the voice of boxing, Michael Buffer, and always getting better somehow, as good as you are. You've now taken on like Master of Ceremonies. I've seen you do it maybe once or twice before, but it seems to be more frequent. Is that something that you're building and adding to your repertoire?
No, I've been doing press conferences for quite a while. I do all of Triple G's when I'm available, and the Klitschko's, and I've done quite a few. So you just haven't been here.
When you said that this was, maybe going to be as good as the fight, when you were introducing the different camps, we could feel the tension in the room. I think everybody recognized that. You commented on it. But as you said, you've done many of these in that role. How is this one different, or why is the tension, do you feel, where it is?
Well, I think we all know that there was a lot of drama involved with the promoters just getting this done. The fighters probably are the two coolest guys in the room. But, trainers have egos, and managers, of course, like to, throw wolf tickets out there and try to get a little edge, maybe a psychological edge. So you never know what's going to happen when you bring up, James Prince, he was right on top of his game. And then Aegis Klimas, the manager for Sergey, is just Mr. Calm Cool, Mr. Russia, he's like, so you just never know what you're going to get. But sometimes it can be fun. They can just really try to get at each other.
Let me ask you this. You have such a calm up there presence. Everybody knows you. You have been around the fight game long enough. Is there any chance that you would look into promotion at some point down the line and maybe start, producing your own shows? You got all the elements.
No way. Too much work. I like what I do.
On the undercard of this fight, we've got two-time gold medalist Olympian making her pro debut, Claressa Shields. Yeah. That's very unique in the sport of boxing for a female fighter to even get this kind of attention. Certainly, this is the first time gold medals were possibly won by them, all those things. What do you think that means to the sport of boxing, this Claressa Shields event, and is women's boxing maybe going to finally take a breakthrough in this sport?
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up. It's good for the sport, for women, and I hope people realize, like you just said, how difficult it is, especially in boxing, to be a two-time gold medal winner. Shiming is the same way. Zhou Shiming, he's a two-time gold medal winner, and now at the age of, I guess he's like 31, he's turned pro, and he just captured a world title. But for an Olympic gold medalist, I think we've only had like one or two in America over the last 16 years or something, and here she's a two-time winner. So hopefully people will support her and get behind her, because she's got that personality. She's attractive, she's verbal, and she's a sweet girl. So I just hope she really does well as a pro.
Right now, as always, resurfaces whenever a big fight happens or a big MMA fight happens. Boxing versus MMA. We've got Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather jaw-jacking at each other. And you're one of the very few people who have a connection in both worlds, in that there's a buffer over there doing the same job that you do. My question first is, do you two get on the phone or have dinner together and argue about which one's better, boxing or MMA?
No, not really, because they're such separate sports. They really are. And when I hear these things, I even tweeted something the other day, MMA guys should stop dreaming they're going to beat a boxer, and a boxer fights under MMA rules, and it's happened. They get crushed. It just doesn't cross over unless there's a long period of training and involvement and that sort of thing. And I've had guys from Ireland when and you've been there with me, tell me that from the days that Conor used to box in the gym, that his boxing skills weren't the type of thing that would really make him too successful in a boxing ring. And boxers, they're like, no way they're going to be successful in an octagon. It's just not going to happen.
And lastly, from the fighters or the fights we've had over the storied history of boxing, the turnout here, the energy here, some of the way that people are trying to frame this fight, is there another fight, just off the top of your head, that you would analogize this to? What fight does this remind you of, if you will, at this point, this build-up, what we expect to see Saturday night?
Going back a few years, Michael Spinks was light heavyweight champ, and the Camden Buzzsaw, Braxton had the other. They had a unification fight, and it turned out to be a stinker. So, no. I don't think this one will, though.
No, we don't want that. All right, yeah, no stinkers on Saturday night. So, fair enough. That's the one that came to mind. Michael Buffer, like I said, like you're even pulling from the crates with that one. You've seen so much, you know so much about the sport. Obviously, the voice of boxing is always a pleasure to talk to. Okay. Thank you for the time, man. Yeah. We'll see you Saturday night.
This one is going to be a good one. There's no doubt in my mind. I just hope we see one of those classic light heavyweight title fights that go back to Archie Moore, where each guy goes down, gets back up. It's just, that's what the fans want to see.
Right.
So, we're going to see a Matador versus the Bull, but both guys with a lot of skill. It's not like somebody's just going to try to air condition a building with punches. It's going to be a good one.
Right, and to your point, for clarity, I know you're not saying this fight's going to be a stinker, but I understand that Ward has the ability to shut down activity and win a fight in a different way than maybe is fan-friendly, and that wouldn't be a stinker, but it would be one of these things that just real serious fight fans and pugilists would appreciate, and maybe not the greater audience. So who knows what we're going to see, but I think we're going to see something that's definitely
Did you just say
defining.
This fight's gonna be a stinker? Oh, no.
Just, this fight, I think, is going to be one of those defining fights for both of their careers.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see you perform Saturday night as usual.
Right.
Radio Raheem with Michael Buffer.
Thanks, man.
Always a pleasure.
You too.